My name is Jinder Mahal and this is my story. Today I'm going back to a subject that still makes the Taylor Johnson one and his brother mad to this day. I'm going back to 2019 to what the Taylor Johnson one and his brother arguably call the worst match they've ever seen. I'm also going to point out other lame matches and explain how they were a lot better than this. As much as the Taylor Johnson won, and I hate to say this, is to prove how fake Brock Lesnar makes pro wrestling look. Anyway, what's arguably the worst match the Taylor Johnson won and his brother have seen is Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Like I said before, all it was an F5 and a pin. Some match there. There's also been other bad matches that look like classic moments compared to this. Examples include Diesel versus Bob Backlund for the WWF Championship. That title change was even quicker than Kofi versus Lesnar, and it was at a house show. Compared to the prior, which had a dead crowd, only finishing move a pin, Diesel pulled off a kick to the stomach and a jackknife powerbomb on Backlund, and still beat him quicker than Lesnar beat Kofi. And the crowd was cheering at the edge of their seats. Another example is Kevin Nash versus Hollywood Hogan for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Sure, it was longer than Kofi versus Lesnar and Diesel versus Backlund, and all it featured was Hogan being shoved to the corner and Hogan pulling off the infamous finger poke of doom. Not you, my bad. What about me? I said finger poke of doom, not Dr. Doom, on Nash, and Nash fell into the ground with Hogan getting the pin. While it's still a bad moment in wrestling history, and at least tried to make it entertaining and humorous. Heck, even Bash at the Beach 2000 was better than Kofi versus Lesnar, and all it had was Jeff Jarrett laying down for Hogan to pin him. Hogan then cut a promo to that idiot Vince Russo, and then pinned Jarrett with his foot. While it's still a bad moment, it was far more memorable than Kofi versus Lesnar. Also, why doesn't Vince Russo have an action figure? Every WCW fan's dream is to let their wrestling toys beat up Vince Russo. One last prime example is ECW One Night Stand 2005. This was actually a good match. It was Taz versus Jerry Lawler. All Taz did was make Lawler submit to the Taz mission during the match. Joey Styles distracted Lawler long enough for Taz to submit Lawler. This wasn't even a title match, and the crowd was cheering real loud. Proof you can make a wrestling match short and entertaining. As for Sheamus versus Zack Ryder on Raw for the WWE Championship, let's don't even go there. That's arguably just as bad as Kofi versus Lesnar. Sure, there were some good Brock Lesnar moments in the past, which the Taylor Johnson one is fond of, while some he wasn't. Why aren't there any good Lesnar moments nowadays? Sure, the Taylor Johnson one was excited when he returned in 2012, but it turned out nothing like he expected. All Lesnar is now is just an MMA fighter pretending to be a wrestler. That attire is just stupid looking and embarrassing. Other bad Lesnar moments include him winning the Money in the Bank contract, him beating Undertaker at WrestleMania, which he wasn't even worthy of doing. If anyone was truly worthy of doing it, it was Kane. Also, him losing the Universal title championship to Roman Reigns, only for Reigns having to forfeit the title after being diagnosed with leukemia, only for Lesnar to defeat Braun Strowman at the next pay-per-view and win it back. Seriously, Vince, do you like keeping the titles hostage for so long? Lesnar doesn't deserve the longest reign as Universal Champion, nor does he deserve the most reigns. Yet Vince continues to push him and shove him down our throats. One more bad Lesnar moment is him facing Cain Velasquez, the man who beat him for the UFC Championship in a wrestling match for the WWE Championship, and made him submit in 89 seconds to retain. What's worse is that they made it look like a stupid MMA fight. As much as I hate to compare wrestling to UFC, this does not count as a real win over Velasquez. Sorry, Lesnar, you're still 0-1 against him. After this, Velasquez was released and was never seen or heard from again. The only good Lesnar moment in recent years was Goldberg beating him in less than 2 minutes at Survivor Series 2016. But enough Lesnar bashing. Let's just cut this case. Hey Lesnar, you coward! You and your buddy Heyman come out here and face a real. You want to challenge the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar? You don't stand a chance in Suplex City. You want to challenge me, eh? You do realize you could die. I'm surprised you managed to show up here. Don't even bother to appear on television. Also, I still haven't forgotten when you mocked me for my open challenge. A champion versus champion match, only to lose the title to AJ Styles and be replaced at the last minute. So, are you ready? Oh, I'm not your opponent. He is! Who are you? And what kind of joke is this? Yeah! Such low kilo. I'm disappointed. You guys won't be much of a challenge. I won't even have to go Super Saiyan. A super what? Just who are you anyway? So, you really don't recognize me? I am the hope of the universe, the sworn protector of the planet Earth. I am the answer to all beings everywhere in pain who cry out for help. I am called Goku, and I am your opponent. It's all right, Brock. We can take him. All right, Goku. Here comes the pain. Thanks, Goku. You sure showed them. Yeah, but I think I accidentally knocked them into the next dimension. Oh well, the Dragon Balls can bring them back. Alright, I guess we'll go find those Dragon Balls. That's it for today's episode, and I'll see you next time. Meanwhile, in the afterlife, what just happened? I know. Where are Jinder and Goku, by the way? Brock, I hate to bring it to you, but I think we're dead. Dead? Are we in heaven or hell? I hate to say it, Brock, but I think we're in hell. That's just great. How are we going to get back to Earth now? Shh, someone's coming. Well. It looks like we have some newcomers. Indeed. So, you want to show how we treat newcomers in hell? Fine by me. Will Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman be able to escape hell? Find out on the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Z.